So when somebody's in this sugar burning mode, and they've been in sugar burning mode for decades, and then you start making this metabolic shift to being a fat burner, there's a transition time where your body has gotten kindling on the fire, sugar for fuel, for a long time. And kindling will create a flame. It'll create light. So you have to, and you know this, when people are in sugar burning mode, they're having their meals, they're snacking between meals, or they get hangry and irritable. Well, they need kindling all day long. But when you make this metabolic shift to, instead of burning sugar or putting kindling on the fire, to putting log on the fire or burning fat for fuel, that transition takes time. So if you're putting a log on the fire, but you don't have all the kindling there, sometimes your body is not burning that log yet. So you've lost all the kindling, and then you have this log on, but it's not burning. So I find that sometimes people find themselves, when they're starting the keto diet, on this metabolic purgatory where they're not fully burning fat, but then they're not eating all the sugar either. So that can leave a lot of times people feeling fatigued. On part of that conversation is making sure that you're eating enough food, because a lot of times people are hypocaloric. They're not used to eating this way. So then they're off of all the junk food and the carbs and the things that are sugar or turn into sugar, but they're not fully accustomed to leaning into these keto-friendly foods. But it's really not the ketogenic diet that's making them fatigued or tired. It's just they're not eating enough fuel. So to make sure that you're eating enough food, again, checking maybe a dietary app like Chronometer or MyFitnessPal at the beginning, just to see where you're at, making sure you're not hypocaloric, making sure you're not having too much calories, but making sure that also you're eating enough. That's important. And give your body time. Give your body time to make that metabolic transition. Your mitochondria have to start burning ketones and burning fat for fuel. That takes time. The time that it takes your body to transition to being a fat burner takes time. So these sort of what people describe as detox symptoms or HERC symptoms or the keto flu, again, it doesn't happen for everybody, but for some people they are making that transition to get there. But that's like anything in life. When it comes to your body doing the same thing for years, you know it's not serving you. You maybe can see that in your energy levels or your sleep or your weight or your inflammation levels. Sometimes you have to sort of make that shift to get there. Another thing to think about is food sensitivities too. We talked about earlier about the dairy sensitivities. Sometimes people focusing too much on dairy, they can have this sort of low-grade immune inflammatory response against it. That can make somebody more fatigued. And then look at the quality of foods too. You want to make sure you're eating nutrient-dense foods and not just anything because it's high fat, low carb. So focus on nutrient density as well, which provides your body the compounds and the vitamins and the minerals that your body needs to have optimal energy.